It's about passion for a sport we all enjoy. It's about conservation, education, community, and fellowship. It's about a single voice of strength. It's about being part of a common cause for the common good. It's about you. It's about us. It's our time to come together.
We're asking you to join us
and become a proud members American Catfish Association. You'll be happy you did. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, they are.
Hey, how are you? Happy Monday night. Hope you had a great weekend. Thanks for joining us here on ACA Live. Just making a couple of notes as we get started here. We've got some great guests with us tonight. They have a tournament trail up in the Ohio Valley area called Rod Ripping Catfish Trail. Two great guys. We're going to get to that in a minute. I want to thank everybody. Last week and again, even this week, the state of Missouri has a public notice. They want a public input on some regulations they have coming up. We need to address and provide them with our endorsement, if you will, future suggestions for these new regulations that they're considering. I went through them. They look pretty good, actually. Some may know this, some may not, but Missouri, catfish is actually considered a sport fish in Missouri. They do actually do a pretty good job, but we want to address, the typical transportation over state lines, pay lakes, etc. So the ACA Conservation Committee will get together. We're going to review everything. We're going to review the regulations, and I had a peek at the regulations, and they're kind of arbitrary. They're all over the place. So we're going to need to get a better understanding of their current regulations and then how the new proposed regulations fit into all that. So we're on it. I just want everybody to know and thank everybody for bringing that to our attention. Please, anytime you see something like that in the future or for any state, let us know, please. And we'll do our best and our part to encourage the right kind of regulations, in your state and around the country. So that being said, I'm going to bring in Damian Clark and Jeremy Ferrara. Did I say that right, guys? Because I'm terrible with names. I'll butcher them every single time. I butcher my own name.
That's all right. I'm from Ohio County, Kentucky, and we can't hardly spell anyway, so it don't matter how you pronounce it.
It's tough. I was born and raised in Western New York, and I moved to Florida many years ago, and I'm still considered a Yankee. And when I hear a real thick Southern drawl, man, it's you got to talk slower and you got to repeat yourself several times for me to get it. I'm a little thick-headed. So anyway, you guys are part of the ACA Alliance, and we thank you for being part of it and all the effort and experience that you bring to the Alliance. Question for you. You're getting a lot of people that are enjoying the points race and the chance to win the boat and the ACA itself?
Absolutely. I think that the biggest thing that we've done is that we wanted to choose things that would benefit our anglers, not necessarily just us, but them. So when you provide opportunities like the ACA, where every time that they fish our tournament, their name gets through in a hat, I think that excites them. Yeah, I mean, it's for those that don't know, and I know that those that do know, I've repeated this so many times, but SeaArc has been just absolutely stellar. And if you're an ACA member, every time you fish an ACA Tournament Alliance event, your name goes in the hat to win a brand new 2021
Sea Ark boat, custom wrapped. Did you guys see the wrap?
Absolutely, I've seen it. We fished the Sea Ark Owners Invitational, and
Oh, that's right.
seen it
So
there.
you saw it down there.
Yes, it looks awesome.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Absolutely, really nice boat.
Yeah, and it's going to be loaded with all sorts of goodies and everything else. And on top of that, we have great sponsors. Ugly Stick, Abu Garcia, Berkeley. The folks at Pure Fishing have stepped up big time. Along with our other sponsors, Garmin, B&M, Offshore Tackle, Rig Wrap, and Bill Dance Outdoors, to provide a prize package that gives the ACA Alliance points race. You have the opportunity to win over $100,000 worth of cash and prizes. And this is just our first year, guys.
Yeah, we're excited.
This is just the start. Just the start. And before we get into your tournaments, I want to bring up one other tournament, and it's called Fishing for a Cure. If you go to catfishingforkids.com, it's a tournament coming up Labor Day weekend. You have a chance to win another Sea Ark boat. And the proceeds for that are going to St. Jude's. So if you don't have anything planned for Labor Day weekend, and guys, if I'm stepping on one of your events on Labor Day weekend, I apologize. I don't mean to. I don't think so. I see September 28th and September 11th. So we're sitting right in between.
Yeah,
but you got a chance to win another Sea Ark boat. So if you're an ACA member, you got 2 chances to win a Sea Ark boat at that event. So get signed up. Catfishingforkids.com. Go get signed up, and let's have some fun and raise some money for a great cause. So that being said, let's go back to you guys. Rod Ripping Catfish Trail. Tell us all about it.
Well, Rod Ripping Catfish Trail was founded in October of last year. What it was one of the guys that had put this local trail on, JKV. It's Josh Vanover. He had a tournament trail for like 7 years, and he decided to retire, and he kind of passed the torch to us. And obviously, JKV stands for Josh and Kirsten Vanover, and we wasn't about to wear that label, so we come up with the name Rod Ripping Catfish Trail. We bought our logo, and it's really just excelled. Our first event was an annual event that we'll have every year. It's called the King of the Green. It's here on the Green River here in Kentucky, right at probably about 13 miles from me. And we always have that every January. And I like that event because everybody's got cabin fever by that time, and they're ready for.
Oh, sure. Season. Yeah.
And last year it was awesome. Our first event. Matter of fact, our whole trail's been awesome. We're founded on godly principles, man. We try to live a Christ life, and we try to apply that in our tournament trails.
That's fantastic.
And we also we stay stern with what we say. We don't change stuff at the last minute. So even if we make a mistake and think that, hey, it'd be better like that next time, if we said it, we're going to do it. And that's what we wanted to do. We just wanted to be men of our words, and so you would know what to expect. But
that's fantastic.
Has
now your rules. I would assume what you say too. It goes for your rules when you write out your rules.
Oh, absolutely.
Your rules are your rules.
Yeah, right. we're no respecter of person. Our rules are what they are, man. We don't change them. We don't go back on them. And when you deal with being a tournament director, you're not going to be able to please everybody, and that's what tournament directors face all the time. And they get depressed and they get angry and they get mad. And that's the one thing that we said we didn't want. We wanted to be whatever we said was set in stone. And it worked for us because every event that we've had 20 plus boats at every event. We're just now starting. And
that's great.
Our next event is the Rumble on the River, which is also going to be an annual event. It's Indiana versus Kentucky, and it's a fundraiser for a Christian rehab called Friends of Sinners, which I'm alumni of. I got, God changed my heart in 2013. I used to be a homeless junkie, and I did 7 years in the penitentiary, and then God radically changed my heart, and I own a successful business. I own a house. I own several vehicles, boats. And I just want to give back. The 2 things I'm passionate about is catfishing and Christ, and I get to apply both of them to this one event. And we're super excited about it, man. Really giving back to our community because you and everybody else knows that addiction is a crisis. There's not one single person in the whole nation that don't know somebody that's struggling with addiction. And I believe that Friends of Sinners provides the solution, and that's Jesus. Takes a heart change.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Congratulations on turning things around and being successful with your life. God bless you, brother. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic. So this event coming up, this is a Rumble on the River, the benefit tournament. It's July 24th.
Yes, from 5 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And the stipulation is that you got to have at least one person that takes residence in either Kentucky or Indiana. So what we're going to do is not going to be a first, second, third. It's going to be a team effort. So we're going to take the top 10 teams from Kentucky, the top 10 teams from Indiana, combine their total weight, and whichever one has the most weight wins the Rumble on the River. We take all the money and divide it evenly among the 10. So it don't matter if you're first or 10th, you're a team effort and you all split the same amount of money.
It's fantastic. It's a great format. In fact, I can tell you right now, there's probably a lot of tournament directors out there listening to this. And if you are, this is a great idea. This is a great format. I can think of some areas like Alabama, Georgia,
Tennessee,
Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi. I can see these overstate line, challenges all over the place. That's terrific.
Absolutely, especially when you run a local trail. Like we run a trail from Shawneetown, Illinois, all the way to Leavenworth, Indiana. So 90% of the people that fish our trail are from either Kentucky or Indiana. Now, we have other people that come in and fish our trail from out of state sometimes, but 90% of them are either Kentucky or Indiana. So we started this thing, and I can't take no credit for coming up with this tournament, man. Aaron Wheatley, which is the founder of Monsters on the Ohio, he pitched this idea to us. He kind of disciples us on this tournament trail, man. He does a lot for us. I don't know. He must got a soft spot for me. He's over here all the time. He rides me pretty hard, but it's a blessing. And if I could give any tournament director any advice, I'd say reach out to the people that have been doing it longer than you have, because you're going to avoid a lot of mistakes if you do that.
And that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons the Alliance has been so successful, is that everybody seems to be working with one another, sharing ideas, and it just continues to increase. As a matter of fact, while we're saying this, if you're a tournament director and you have a tournament you think that is a viable event, a viable trail, we'd love to have you as part of the ACA Alliance, and I'm sure your anglers would. It's because, the chances of winning the boat and the prizes and the cash and everything else, that goes all around the country. That's for everybody that fishes these Alliance events. And you're getting, the directors like Damian and Jeremy here, they're getting together and they're doing things that are unique. And everybody's kind of learning from one another and coming up with some great ideas. It's terrific that Aaron is mentoring you as he has. He has a lot of experience, and he is certainly a good person to learn from. But you have folks, George Young with Mississippi River Monsters. George does a phenomenal job, as the guys with Capmasters. Alex Nagy with Twisted Cat. There's so many great trails and directors out there that have just a wealth of knowledge, and they're willing to share it without question.
Yeah, we help one another out, and that's the one thing that I think that we all tournament directors should be a part of the ACA, is for that reason that all of the trails are posted on your website. So with our local trail here, when I set out and made my schedule, I got to look at the ICAs, the Indiana Catfish Associations. I got to look at the Poor Boys, and I made sure that our dates didn't conflict with one another. That way, I'm not stealing boats from them, and they're not stealing them from me. To say, nobody's stealing them.
Yeah, Corey Peterson with Indiana Catfish Association. He's another great guy. A lot of experience there.
I fish a lot of their tournaments, a lot of their river tournaments. I'm not big on lakes. I live probably 1 mile from the Ohio River. So when I get off work, that's where I go.
That's great. Well, listen, guys, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, I've got results from one tournament event over the weekend. Unfortunately, I don't have the results from the other one. But when we get back, we're going to talk more about your event, your trail, and have a little bit of fun. So hang in there.
Fear of failure is failure itself. The world of science rewards the ones who are willing to try and fail, because with the courage to fail and to learn, ideas can change the world.
Hey guys, Pipeline here. Do you want the absolute best when it comes to the performance of your reels?
Choose the company Tournament Anglers trust. From our top-notch reel services
to high-end quality terminal tackle.
Trust in
Pipeline Tackle.
It's about conservation, education, community, and fellowship. It's about being part of a common cause for the common good. It's about you. It's about us. It's our time to come together.
It's actually did you guys get that question?
What? We didn't even read it.
You probably weren't even paying attention to it. Where
No,
I saw you guys
we got
getting up and
30
moving
minutes.
around. I saw you guys getting up and moving around. No, I actually it's really interesting, and actually tonight it's actually a two-part question, because the next question has to do with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Fisheries again. And I was watching chat a little bit, and I didn't see anybody get it. And David Funk, we're not going to do the Buffalo against Pittsburgh, okay? Because you know that the Buffalo Bills are going to kick the Steelers' butt. Rothenberger is done. Josh Allen is the new king. So enough said about football. Anyways, so this weekend, I saw two events that happened with the ACA Alliance, M&J and Heart of Dixie. Now, I did not find any results for Heart of Dixie, but I did find, I tripped over, and if they would have put it into the tournament management system, and right off the bat, it would have been easy to find. I'm talking to you, Mark and Marty. But Tommy Thompson and Anthony Turner won it with 141.440 pounds. Ronnie Dixon came in second with 130.60 pounds. And Philip Peterman and Stephen Langley came in third with 122.3 pounds. Jackson Getting, big fish, 45 pounds. And then not only did he win some money for that big fish, but he also won some free reel service from Pipeline. Have you guys ever seen what Pipeline does to a reel?
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, they must put it in like a magic hat and wave a magic wand and they pull. I mean, it's just amazing.
It is. Yeah, it is.
They do they do a terrific job. They really do a terrific job. Mark Johnson's going, hey now. Mark, I love you. You know that. So you've got this Rumble on the River, and I'm seeing following that, you've got another, 1, 2, 3, 4, is that four or five events?
Yeah, we've only done 2 points tournaments so far, Glenn. We've got 4 left after the Rumble on the River, so we're only a third of the way home for our points race this year. So
I've got event number 4 is your Rumble on the River. Event number 5 is your Dogtown.
Yeah.
Event number 6 is the and I want to get this right. Is it Midkef?
Yeah,
Bruce Midkiff. Yeah.
yeah. He used
Bird
to
Cruise Memorial,
it's a,
which that's cool.
It's a memorial.
And yeah, Bruce Midkiff Memorial. Event number 7 is the Shawnee Town.
Yeah.
And then I got another event number 7, which is Leavenworth?
Leavenworth. It should be number 8. I'm probably just
Number 8. That's our championship.
That's the last event of the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have 8 events, but 2 of them are 9 points. Our King of the Green is a 9 points, and our Rumble on the River are 9 points.
Well, let's make this clear. They're 9 points for your trail, but they are still points for the ACA. Yeah. I don't want people to confuse the two.
Yeah.
Just for us.
Yeah.
You know, let me throw something out at you guys, and in fact, everybody that's tuned in certainly like to hear their opinion. The idea has floated around that we actually move the year of the ACA points race so that we can do our awards banquet in conjunction with, you ready for this? An ACA championship tournament. That all the top teams and all the divisions come together for a championship tournament.
Absolutely. I love that. We'll be here.
Love it.
Where y'all going to have it at?
It's just an idea at this point. I mean, it really would be up to you guys as the alliance to decide that, but certainly the anglers we'd want their thoughts on it as well. I mean, to do it in a central location, so the folks are like from Catfish Mafia up in Pennsylvania, you know, your anglers in Ohio, Bill Ladley with Lake Erie Catfish Challenge. You know, we've got the folks out in Montana. You know, we got to think about the folks out west as well. And then you got the East Coast and the South and Texas. So somewhere central. But the weather's got to be good. And as much as I love the Mississippi during the springtime, the Mississippi is, you know, it can be okay, but it can get pretty crazy too.
Yeah.
Well, you guys know that with the Ohio.
The Ohio's the same way. That's why we don't have a whole lot of events in like April, March, because a lot of times it's 30 foot or better here.
Well, we'd certainly like to get everybody's opinion on that. I think it's a great idea, myself personally. It would take a lot of work to put it together, but I think that's where it's all going. I think that we have to have kind of a culmination, you know, for the end of the year with the awards banquet and everything else. So I think it'd be a lot of fun. So your season actually is just getting started.
Yeah, we're about this event right here will make us halfway through the 8 tournaments. We've had 3 other tournaments before, and this will be our 4th one. We take the month of June, we take the month of June off because it's spawn. We kind of let the fish do what they do.
Yeah. And now, what is your typical? How many teams you typically get? Give the folks an idea of some of your rules and just the overall. How many boats? How many people per team? How many rods in the water? You know, what time are lines in? What time are lines out? Your weigh-ins, all that good stuff.
We do things somewhat different. We allow our state laws are 6 poles in use, so you're allowed 6 poles in use, as many as you want on the boat. Our events times may differ depending on the time of the year. Our rules are you got to have a live well that's capable of keeping the fish alive. You're not allowed to weigh no dead fish in. If you're late, you're disqualified. We usually do this though. We usually allow our anglers to get registered, put in the water, and go their spots. And I'll tell you why. Because it just causes it helps with the flow of things, man. They're out of the way. We're not doing no blast off. Nobody's gonna get hurt. Boats ain't gonna get rocked. We let them go their spot, and plus it gives some of the other boats that ain't as fast as the other one. If they pull up on a spot that they was going to fish and there's another boat sitting there, they got time to decide and make a move and go to the next spot. So we usually let them put in after they register. We start the tournament at 6. We end it at 2, and we give them a 30-minute leeway on coming back.
Cool.
As far as how many people are allowed in the boat, man, we don't want no more than 3 adults in a boat. But if you're bringing the kids out, man, we love to have the kids. Our weigh-ins are exciting.
That's what we're about.
That's what we're about. We want to push the sport, and our weigh-ins are always real fun. I'm loud. I'm obnoxious, so you get to hear the weights, and I trash talk to every other angler that comes through there. We just have a good time, man.
So you don't need a microphone? Is that what you're suggesting?
Lord, no, Lord. No, we just have a good time, man. We're all family. The people that fish our trails, we're pretty much all of us are family, man. We love one another, man. There ain't one thing that we won't do for another. We often catch each other bait. We don't live in Bama, so we don't have no bait dealers for fresh bait. So if I'm able to go catch bait and so ain't, I usually just catch him some. And do we talk smack? Absolutely, and that's what we love about this Rumble on the River. It's either Team Kentucky or Team Indiana.
Oh yeah.
We're always mouthing off. I'm from Kentucky. I'm from Owensboro, Kentucky, and Jeremy's from New Harmony, Indiana. So it just works out perfect.
So, all right. So, what's the prediction? What side of the river is going to win?
Glenn.
That's my chance.
He can't even get boats signed up for Kentucky.
Hey, listen, I don't need but 10 quality boats.
Wow.
Wow. Registrations alone. We got quantity and quality.
Wow.
Glenn.
Damian,
I'm going to tell you our motto is bring it, don't sing it. You hear me? So, we didn't got to talk. Hey, Team Kentucky's gonna put the smack down on them. We all know that.
No, I don't. It looks like your buddy there is shaking his head. No way.
Glenn, he told you earlier he's from Kentucky.
I'll tell you what. You got 10 teams on each side, right?
Hey.
You got 10 teams on each side. You got 10 teams on each side, right?
No, we got.
Is that how it's going to work?
The top 10.
We're going to take the top
10. Okay. So I will send up rig wraps. For the winning side.
Oh, thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
All right, how's that?
Absolutely. We got some rig wraps right here.
There you go. You got a value pack.
I'm a believer, Glenn. I love them. I use them all the time.
Good. I'm glad you do. Thank you.
He robs.
Yeah, we just brought on a new pro staff member. Spud Barton down in Texas. He's just joined our pro staff, and we're considering somebody else down there, but he tends to have sticky fingers. He steals things. So we're it's questionable whether we're going to let him in or not.
Yeah.
But glad that Spud's joined the team, and I think you guys are going to have a blast with what you're doing. And mark my words, there are going to be at least 2 or 3 other trails that are going to employ this over the state battles. I think it's a terrific idea.
Yeah, it's a
terrific idea.
It's really a terrific idea because the Ohio River is the perfect place because it's just got just as much Indiana border as it does Kentucky border. So one side of the river is Kentucky and one side's Indiana.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I think you're going to see that in different places or around the country. I think it's a terrific idea.
I believe we'll have 50 boats. I think that we'll have upwards to 50 boats. We got 23 pre-registered, and there's a lot of anglers that don't pre-register that just show up. But I know that a lot of people are excited about it. It's for a
you guys are Division III event, correct?
Division 4.
Division 4. Well, wait a minute. You're getting how many boats on average?
We haven't had 50 yet. We've in the 20s, but our goal, and I think.
Well, if you're in the 20s next year, just so you guys know, if you guys continue to be in the 20s, you're Division 3 all day.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but so.
We got in.
Listen, I just
let me interrupt real quick before this disappears in the chat. I got some results here from Heart of Dixie. First place. Oh, that's why he's telling me. Nathan Tremmel. Is it? I keep saying I don't know if it's Trammell or Trammell, but he got first place. That's why he's posting this. He and Scott Slaughter, Blessed Outdoors, 84.6 pounds. Second place was Cody Haynes with 77.7 pounds, and third place was David Riles and Jonathan Baden, 66 pounds. Baden. So there we go. Those are the two Alliance events that happened this past weekend, and we got the results. I just wish they put it into the tournament management system so we can score it and everybody gets their points. All right, I'm done. So, all right, we're going to take our last break. Now, this question's coming up again. This is the one that's coming up is actually it's a two-parter kind of thing. When we come back, we got a prize wheel. We're going to give some stuff away. And then I'm going to ask you guys for a tip.
Absolutely. We'll give you
Okay, we want to be able to give tips to folks to be able to catch more fish.
Absolutely.
So stick with us for a couple minutes. We'll be right back.
No matter how hard you try, keeping your rigs tangle-free is, well, challenging. Well, not anymore with Rig Wrap. Staying tangle-free has never been easier. Just wrap, close, rinse, and store. Simple, right?
Wow.
No matter the rig, Rig Wrap has a storage solution to keep you tangle-free. From conveniently small to offshore extra large, you'll never worry about tangled rigs ever again. Rig Wrap, the world's best fishing rig storage solution.
Hey, I just saved a whole bunch of money on my hotel room for this tournament. Do you know that ACA has over 800,000 businesses in that discount program?
Man, have y'all seen the resources on the ACA website? I mean, they've got everything on there you need to know about catfish.
All that stuff is great, but look at what they're doing for conservation. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not a member.
Hello, ACA?
Cat River Anchors.
Look at all those people that were guessing C. Over 250 million fish. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, they've got these 7 hatcheries around the country, both saltwater, freshwater. Over 250 million fish, various species they put in all over the country. Wow. That's fantastic. So if you can't go out there and catch a fish, something's wrong. Something's wrong. But yeah, David Funk, you can't answer after the answer's been given. Do you guys know David Funk? He's up in your neck of the woods.
He's up in Ohio, yes.
Yeah.
We know of him. I think he come down to fish the Winter Blues, and I met him there. He's got a Funk's catfishing page that we follow.
Great guy. I've enjoyed my friendly banter with David for the last several years. It's unfortunate that he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but we all can't be perfect.
You know it.
So, see behind me, I got a prize wheel.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah. And I got well, it all depends on where it lands. See, we're going to spin it. You know what we could do? We could make this a little interesting. We could spin it first and then pick the name. Usually I pick the name and then I spin it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's spin it first.
Let's do it backwards. Okay, so we'll spin it first. Ripping lips.
Ripping lips.
Somebody's going to get some either a rod or some tackle or some swag from Ripping Lips. Have you seen the new Ripping Lips rods?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We use their hooks, man. Them red hooks. Aaron Wheatley turned us on to them. I'm telling you right now, they best hooks I've ever used.
A buddy of mine just bought a new bumping rod. I like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of great rod companies out there, a lot of great tackle companies and suppliers and manufacturers and everything. And for those that don't know, Alex Nagy is now the owner of Ripping Lips and doing a fantastic job.
Yeah,
the product has been honed. It looks awesome. So if you're thinking about a new rod, give them a look-see. So now we got to figure out who gets it. Now, whoever wins is going to have to contact Alex Nagy. And that alone should be worth a super prize because getting a hold of Alex is like getting a hold of the Pope. Billy Willard. Billy, if you send me an email at info@acafishing.com, that's info@acafishing.com, I will give you the contact information for Alex. I'll give you his email address. I'll give you his phone number. I'll tell you where he lives. And you chase after him for your prize. And I will give him a call as well to let him know. So congratulations, Billy. You just won some great stuff from Ripping Lips. So, guys.
Yes.
Out of the remaining events that you have coming up, in other words, this Rumble thing is fantastic. Are you going to do a live feed for the Rumble?
We always do a live feed for all our weigh-ins. We make them exciting. A lot of their family and their kids show up. It's going to be an awesome event. And
if you want, let us help. Let us help. We'd be happy to do it.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Me and Jeremy's not fishing. I'll tell you why. Because fish care is number one priority in our trail. So post spawn, the fish are tired, they're starving, and they're wore out. So we're gonna keep the scales open all day long. We're gonna cut it down to a 3-fish weigh-in. Normally we have a 5-fish weigh-in. That's 2 overs, 3 unders. In the state of Kentucky and Indiana, over is 35 inches or above. Under is under 35 inches or below. But we also, so if you catch 2 over blues and over flathead, you can weigh all 3 in because you're allowed 1 per each species.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
We're going to have the scales open. If you got a fish struggling, I don't care if you weigh in 3 different times. Please bring them in. Let them get weighed. Let's get them back in their natural habitat. Post-spawn is critical, especially July. It's hot. We're going to make sure that all our anglers have got a live well that's fit enough to hold the fish that they catch. We encourage that they use oxygen and rotate the water. Fish health is number 1 on our list. But
yeah, I'll tell you,
in our pool,
using oxygen this time of year is paramount. You really should be using oxygen. You got to circulate that water. And you know what? Have a bag of ice somewhere because if that fish is sitting in that live well for any length of time without it circulating, you're going to want to cool that down a little bit. I'm not talking about throwing a whole bag in there, but just a cup or two full of ice just to start getting that temperature down a little bit. Don't shock them.
Yeah. Jeremy knows a lot about that. He does wastewater treatment, so he knows all about that dissolved oxygen.
There you go.
He's got a lot of intellect when it comes to break it. Like I didn't know that.
Jeremy, you want to know something?
Hey,
you want to know something, Jeremy? You want to know something? I think he's just buttering you up, talking you up, okay, just to keep you off the water because he's afraid of you.
That's right.
He's afraid. I can see it. I can see it.
You can't see very good. We're gonna have to get you some glasses. Hey, because I am definitely not worried about him. Hey, but I it's nice to know that circulate that water, see, I didn't know that carbon monoxide gets stuck in that water. So when you break the surface tension, that's when it allows it to release, right?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide,
Right.
yeah. And that's why it's paramount to circulate the water to break the surface tension and allow that carbon dioxide out.
But the oxygen, and you get these oxygen stones, and I'll tell you, there's Brian St. Elmo from Cat Masters. This guy is obsessed with fish care and oxygen. In fact, he's got an event coming up a week from Saturday, Saturday in Caruthersville, and then another one in Helena. Now, this one coming up in Caruthersville, he's recommending the use of oxygen, but for Helena, he's making it mandatory. And I think it's a good idea during the summer months to use it.
We agree. We completely agree. We agree.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. But that's fantastic. So, every week we try to give folks a tip how to be able to catch more fish. So if you had to give somebody a tip other than don't fish against Jeremy, because obviously that's an issue. Okay. What would you tell them? What good piece of advice would you give them?
This is the best tip. There's 2 tips that I've got from 2 catfishermen.
We just want one. We just want one. We don't want 2. We don't have all night.
All right.
I'm kidding.
One that I think that is detrimental. I won a Tennessee River Cat tournament, won Ryan Lawrence's tournament on Wheeler Lake in September of 2019, and the fishing was awful all day long. But Aaron Wheatley told me this. He said, Damon, you got to keep that bait in the water and keep chugging along. In the last 30 minutes, I caught one over 50, one over 30, and a 17-pound under, and won the thing in the last 30 minutes. Because
so your tip is to be consistent and persistent.
Yes, you cannot give up, man. You got to keep pulling, keep going, and find them active fish.
So okay, so Damien, if you're on a spot and you're not catching anything, how long do you stay in that spot until you move?
20 minutes and I'm gone. Anybody will tell you, don't nobody drive further than me. You could put me in at the best place, and I think the best place 50 miles upriver.
He hates gas.
My boat has got 1 billion miles on it. I will find the fish. I'm consistent. I always catch my fish, but it's because I will chase them. I don't care how far I gotta go or where I gotta go. I'll keep moving until I find them.
So 15, 20 minutes on one spot, you don't get something, you're gone.
I'm out of there. And
okay.
Sometimes you should probably wait longer in the winter months. I don't. I'm ADHD. I like to move 100 mile an hour, and that's how I fish. I constantly keep moving until I find the active fish.
Okay. So Jeremy, how about you? Do you have a tip?
Yeah, my tip, and I haven't had great success yet. I'm still pretty new into this trophy catfish game, but just getting more comfortable as the years went by and not striking out as much. My tip is attention to detail. I've heard a lot of guys talk about this. When you're out and you have success one day, keep notes of it. Keep you a logbook. Know what the temperature was that day, what the water temp was. If you're fishing around the dams, how much flow they're releasing. Stuff like that. Your leader lengths. I think a lot of cat fishermen overlook that stuff. If you're catching fish at a certain water depth, you can start patterning fish real easy just by keeping that middle note and paying all the attention to detail that you can.
So do you think that all these details are important to log and to constantly have?
I do. I know several successful anglers. And a lot of guys are real tight-lipped. I think you know that as well. But
God, yeah.
I heard through the grapevine a lot of these really successful anglers, way more successful than me, are very detail-oriented. And I think they keep that close to their vest. But a lot of these really good guys know how many fish they caught on a certain day, when the river was a certain level, when the water temperature was a certain temperature, when they were dumping so much flow. And they also know where them fish are at during that time. That's the thing of being a trophy catfish angler, is you got to know where the fish are at, or you're not going to catch them.
Oh, sure. But
addressing what you just talked about as far as logging information, I just got to drop a hint to folks that we're working on something it's a ways away, but you are going to be amazed at what this is going to do for you. You're going to be amazed. This is the coolest thing that has ever hit recreational fishing, ever. And those that know me know that if I say something like this, you can pretty much bank on it. This is going to be cool. So stay tuned. The ACA is going to make history once again. We did it with the Independent Tournament Alliance. First time in the history of recreational fishing that this has ever happened. So hats off to you guys and all the other alliance members that have done this. Okay, we've got some other stuff coming up, which is going to be really cool. So we appreciate everybody's support. And if you're not an ACA member, come on and join. www.jointheaca.com. $50 a year. You got a chance to fish some of these great events. You got all sorts of prizes to win. We're gonna be doing more prize giveaways. This monthly thing for our ACA members is coming up. It's taken us a little bit longer to get all our ducks in a row, if you will, but it's coming. So take a look at it. Join the ACA. What do you guys think? Should they join?
Absolutely. I'm trying to recruit for you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Been a slower go, like you said, but I'll tell you this. You asked earlier about what guys thought about the points race. There are guys that fish our trail, and you've helped me a few times already. They keep an eye on those points to make sure.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure
all over the country.
And
all over the country, they're chasing points.
If they don't get them, they call me and say, "Hey, how's come my points aren't there?" And then I give you a call, and we get it fixed. So.
Well, that's because you're putting the stuff in the system the wrong way.
I know.
No, it could be my fault too. Who knows? But
no.
If you're out there, well, no. If you're out there and you're a tournament director or you're a tournament angler, use the advanced registration feature. It is so easy. It just, boom, boom, boom. You're done. You're registered. Instead of, having to put your name, check in the morning and register then, and then everybody's got to put everything in manually and mistakes happen. So use the online registration feature. That's what this is there for. It makes everybody's job a lot easier. So, guys, how can they get a hold of you? If they want more information on your trail and how they can get involved, maybe help out at some of your tournaments.
Our main social media, our main media right now is Facebook at Rod Rippin' Catfish Trail. You can message us at that page, and then we'll be glad to give you our phone numbers too. Yeah. Either one of us. I think they're both on there. I know his is on there, but you can get a hold of Damien directly. We also have an email address, rodrippingcatfishtrail@gmail.com. Any of those ways you can get a hold of us, and we're usually pretty quick to respond.
Terrific. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys joining us tonight. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I enjoy spending time like this with both you and with folks online here. I try to get to the chat a little bit. People are making comments left and right. Let's see here. What are we getting here? Just a couple of these. I don't want to ignore chat. David Funk says, sounds like you guys are doing it right. Well, you are, but David doesn't really know who's doing what right or wrong. Let's see. Bobby Boucher, Shankster. I think leader length is key too. Yep. Jerry Dillard, the key. I move my cursor over the comment and it disappears. The key is if you don't know where the fish are, hit a spot every 20 minutes till you run into them. I'm guessing he means that figuratively, not literally. John May, these guys put on a great tournament. You all need to check it out. John, I agree with you 1,000%. Guys, you do a great job. Congratulations so far this year. I look forward to this event, this upcoming event being a blast. Absolutely. You let me know where I need to send those rig wraps, and we'll get them up to the winning side.
Absolutely. Indiana.
Yeah, well, that's.
Hey, Glenn.
I pick no sides.
Are they? I don't know where we're going to have it next year. Owensboro is a great venue, but these guys are going to get tired of getting embarrassed on their own boat ramp. I mean,
wow.
It's bound to happen.
Wow.
Hey, Glenn, in all my years, this is what I've learned. A barking dog don't bite.
You know, but a cat scratches. Catfish.
He does. Well, we appreciate you having us on here tonight, Glenn.
Anytime, guys. Anytime. Look, we got 52 weeks a year. We gotta get bodies on here. You know, and I don't mean that in any derogatory way at all. Thank you. You're more than welcome to join us anytime. Thank you.
Yeah, well,
what we do need is we need trivia questions. These trivia questions every week, they're getting tougher and tougher to come up with.
What? I can't read it right.
He ain't gonna answer none of them, Glenn. He's from Kentucky.
Hey.
He may not be able to read it right, but it sounds like he can catch fish. And brother, you're on the sidelines. He made sure you were on the sidelines. Just know there's a method to his madness.
Yeah, I know.
There he is. Hey, we come up with this together, man. Matter of fact, this is the funny thing, Glenn. It's 90% of the people I fish with are from Indiana. I fish with mostly Indiana anglers. I'm close to some Kentucky anglers, but most of the people I fish with are from Indiana.
Well,
but I'm a Kentucky boy, so I'm riding for Kentucky.
So if you've been fishing with the folks from Indiana, then obviously you've learned quite a bit.
That's right.
I mean, that's what I'm beginning to at least.
Them, Glenn.
Was that what it is?
Yeah.
So they're inviting you over so they can learn from you.
We just like going out and having a good time, man. Good conversation.
I'll tell you what, we gotta help you with the live feed, because the back and forth of this event is going to be a riot.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a blast.
It's going to be a riot. Yeah. We'll make sure, and again, if you're willing, we'll make sure that we go live. We produce it here, and we'll put it on a number of sites, and everybody can kind of tune in and watch this, because this is going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
No matter who wins, man, we're doing it for a reason that's going to be a win in itself.
Glenn, I mentioned
fantastic
that in the summary. That's really why I'm a part of this. I love this guy like a brother. We give each other a hard time, but I've been doing it only about 6 years, but I've been to a lot of weigh-ins, and you can hear a pin drop. And I'm not being critical of anybody, but fish.
Look at that. Jeremy, he turned your sound off.
Sorry about that.
He muted you.
Can you hear me?
No. Yo, I can hear you now. No. I was just trying to play it. I was just trying to play a blame game here, having some fun.
But we go back and forth all the time. But the reason I love this guy is we make fishing fun. That's our goal together, our dream together. These weigh-ins are family-oriented. Fishing is supposed to be fun. If we want kids to be involved and to grow the sport, it's got to be fun. You can't have a bunch of grown men sitting around where you can hear a pin drop and it looks like everybody's been chewing on sour grapes. And I've been to weigh-ins that are like that. They're just no fun.
Oh, I have too. Real quick story. I was talking to Brian St. Alma from Cat Masters, and he and his wife and some folks went down to the Bassmaster Classic. Now, if you've ever been to a Bassmaster Classic weigh-in or seen one, I mean, you've got smoke and fireworks and confetti, and I mean, it's like New Year's, right? So I asked Brian, I said, so you going to do the smoke? He said, yeah, maybe. You going to do like the fire? Yeah, maybe. What about the confetti? He says, I'm not cleaning that stuff up.
Heck no.
I said, hey, just get a leaf blower. You clean it up quick enough. So, But no, guys, thank you very, very much for being part of it. Listen, next week, we did this last month, and we promised that we were going to do this every month. One week of the month, we're going to do an open forum. So I'll come on here, and you come into the chat, and you ask your questions or make your suggestions, and let's just have a one-on-one or a 1-on-100 or a 1-on-1,000 or whatever. And let's just talk about catfishing. Yeah. So that's next Monday night, 9:00, right here at ACA Live. Guys, thanks again. Good luck with this next event. Anything that we can do, we're there for you. Thank you.
Glenn.
Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
It's about passion for a sport we all enjoy. It's about conservation, education, community, and fellowship. It's about a single voice of strength. It's about being part of a common cause for the common good. It's about you. It's about us. It's our time to come together.
We're asking you to join us
and become a proud members American Catfish Association. You'll be happy you did. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, they are.